For me, the most important part about 2012 is it's not 2011, but it's not 2013 either, or 2014. And this, as I was told 22 years ago, is a process where it's getting more and more and more and more powerful. And as it gets more powerful and more of this is introduced, then more densely asleep people become affected by it, because the power is increasing to break up that level of density. That's why we're seeing people now who we thought would never wake up from the program, who are actually doing that, and doing it often very, very quickly, because it's not a case of learning anything. It's a case of, this is the book again, this is why it's called what it is, of remembering who we are, and dropping the fake self persona that we've taken on. Like, we identify with being our name or our job or our income bracket or our culture or our color. All of those are just experiences. And if we can pull our point of attention from that and realize that's the experience, and pull it into what is having the experience, then we start to expand our point of attention, and eventually we get it into consciousness. Because, you know, I mean, this program, the running through the body and everything that I talk about, you've only got to sit quietly and just take a tiny step back symbolically in your mind to beyond mind, and you can observe this blooming chatter that's rabbiting on and on and on through the body all the time. And what happens is the chatter rabbits on and on and on, and then the emotional programs react to the chatter, which is why you can get an emotional response for something that hasn't actually happened, but the chatter's just going through the scenario of it happening.
Right.
It's a joke. But what you do, you can observe that chatter, and then you say, well, hold on a second. If I can observe the chatter, I can't be the chatter. So what's doing the observing? The consciousness is doing the observing. And you know, you lie in bed at night, the chatter's going through, and you're thinking, shut up. Well, who are you telling to shut up? Yourself? No, it's the program running. You can hear the program. That's what's driving human perception behavior. And it is the essential walls of the box, or given that Saturn, which I say is very much involved in this, is symbolized as a cube. Maybe humans are not actually in a box so much in a cube, so much as in a cube.
So when we look out there, and this is what we're encouraged to do, it's like looking at a movie screen because you don't like the movie, i.e. your experienced reality, and starting to shout at the computer screen or at the movie screen. Oh, yeah, don't like this movie. Change it, change it. You're mad, mate. It's a bloody movie. It's a projection. You can't change it by shouting at it. It's your fault. The projection is back there, or behind there in this case. That's where it's coming from. So if you want to change the movie, mate, go and find the projector, and then this must change. You ain't going to change the movie by shouting at the sodding screen. But what do? Every day we shout at the sodding screen, because we don't go to the projector, which is projecting it. Why? Because it's much easier to think it's someone else's fault. We talk about, you know, people controlling and stuff like that. A few people can't control billions unless billions allow themselves to be controlled. Responsibility. Let's take it back here. We're holograms, projections. The whole world's a projection. It's us that is projecting it. It's a situation I call combing the mirror. If you want to comb your hair, you don't comb the mirror, because it don't affect your bloody hair, because it's a reflection. If you want to change your hair, you comb your hair, and the mirror then reflects it. This physical reality is a mirror, and we're combing the mirror all the time. And then we say, my hair's not changing, I'm combing that mirror. This experienced physical reality is merely a reflection of that. We have the power. We just need to take it back from this level of division, apartness, can'tness, to isness, I amness. I am all that is, ever has been, and ever will be-ness. What a transformation that will make of this reality. And a part of this on a holographic level or energetic level is moving into the right brain. Not moving out of the left brain and boarding over the doors. We need that to function in this reality. But having this serve the higher reality instead of being the governor, dictating reality. And to do that, we need to start being at peace with this terrible crime of being different. If you don't want to be different, or you're not happy with expressing yourself as a unique expression of all that is, a unique point of observation within the infinite mind, then stay out of the right brain. And don't even think about transformation, because that part of us that wants not to express that uniqueness lives in there. That doesn't want uniqueness, it wants structure, conformity, rules. I like rules, I do, I love them. This wants to express uniqueness. This is me, I am free. I am a different expression of all that is. So are you, pleased to meet you. What do we say? Who are you? Oh, I'm a coal miner. Oh, I'm a journalist. Oh, I'm a 70-year-old person from Essex. No, that's what you're experiencing. Wouldn't it be great? Hello, nice to meet you. Who are you? I'm all that is, having an experience. Oh, so am I. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. How you doing? All right. That's what we are. So it's starting to let go this fear of being different, this fear of being different to the norm. Oh, what will my mother say? Or what will the mates at work say? Or what if I do? Well, I tell you what, this is my view, just my view, okay? If they, mother, father, family, people at work, blokes down the pub, can't respect your right to express the full magnitude of who you are, Sodom, mate. What's Sodom? Bloody hell, my friends, they try to make me conform. They're ever so good. Oh, really? And all this is blood's thicker than water. No! No! Their families and parents and children and all that stuff, they can have great connections and have a wonderful relationship. But just because they're parents and children and sisters and brothers doesn't mean they necessarily do that. What we call brothers and sisters and all this stuff, they're holographic projections. That's what they are on this level. We are consciousness. They are consciousness. We're all one consciousness. It doesn't mean that one consciousness is more special or in relationship to another one, and so we have to conform to that one thinks because they're our parents. Sod that. Respect me, respect you. Everyone's a winner. Tell me to live the life you want me to lead on your bike, darling. This is what it takes to move out of suppression into freedom. And you're not kind of being horrible about it and saying, oh, you know, horrible and that business. You're saying, if you can't respect my right to be who I am, then you're just going to have to move aside, because I am going to be who I am, whether you like it or not. You can respect it or you cannot respect it, support it or not respect it, but it's happening, because this is me. And it's amazing when you actually take these situations on, how other people around you actually do start to come towards you and say, okay, I see it. And if they don't, well, they don't, fair enough. I'll see you on another dimension, we'll talk about it. No problem. We'll have all of them vibrational beers. Free your mind. Free your mind. I found this. I only found this morning. I only put these things together finally this morning. Funny enough, I'll just keep getting ideas in my head. And I found this one, stop making excuses. That's absolutely a brilliant point, because this is what we do. We decide that we want to do something. And then we start making excuses about why we don't do the things we need to do to achieve what we decide we want to do. So all the time we throw in little excuses in the way. Oh yeah, I'd like to do it, but the Super Bowl's on. Oh, I'd like to do it, but there's a good match on tonight. Oh, I'd like to do it, but this is happening, and so I've got to put it off and do that. Well, you know, I'd like to tell these people around me that they're not going to suppress my life anymore, and I'm going to express my full uniqueness. But what I thought is, you know, there's something coming up. I don't want to upset people, so I'll put it off. I'll do it next week. All the time we can do this. Now, we either want to be free or we don't want to be free. We're going to go for it or we're not going to go for it. Of course, there's diplomatic ways of doing it, but so often I see, and I do understand it, wanting to avoid what is necessary to achieve what people claim they want, and the excuse list just goes on and on and on and on and on. And instead of you're to blame, it's like, how can I find a situation to explain away why I'm not doing what I say I want to do? Clear your mind. This is a good one. I've done a lot of this over the years from what I used to be. You know, I have this thing which I call the deathbed experience, or the deathbed reality, even a way of putting it. You're lying on your deathbed, you've got 10 minutes to live, and you're looking back at your life. How much of what wound you up, made you unhappy, made you stressed, made your life unpleasant, you got angry about, how much of it in that deathbed experience, 10 minutes to go, actually matters? Sodding next to nothing, if that. Nothing. And it's another way that we get trapped in this out there holographic reality, which is getting attached to things that don't matter. You heard what he said about me? Oh, I'm disgusted, I'm so upset. Don't give a shit, mate. Don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. What's it matter? You know why it matters? Because you've made it matter. I think that David Icke's mad, crazy, an idiot. Thank you for sharing that with me. End of frickin' story. Write your opinion. I have a right not to be affected by it. Doesn't matter. Thinks I'm crazy? Good luck to him. Brilliant. I don't think I'm crazy. I'm not affected by that. And I don't get stressed. Oh, how can you say that to me? I'm now getting stressed. I'm getting into a low vibrational state. Why? For something that doesn't matter. If I'm lying on my deathbed, I look at all these people that have heard this abuse at me, and all these situations, I go, yeah, it was funny. What a laugh. What a laugh, really. Right? And yet at the time, you can get really caught in it. And if we clear our minds of what matters, because, again, what it is, it's moving our point of observation from this reality to the out-of-body reality, because when we're out of body, none of this crap matters. You talk to out-of-body experiences. Hey, Jill Bolte Taylor, when she's having the stroke and went in the right brain as the prime reality. Hey, this is La La Land, it's lovely. Oh, it doesn't matter, all that stress is all gone, I haven't got it anymore. The trick is moving that perception of the out-of-body, higher consciousness, there is no time, no sequence, all that stuff, moving that into this reality, not 10 minutes before we move out of here, but when we're in it and living it and experiencing it, because that will completely change as we move that point of observation, the way we live our life, what we can achieve, and the way we interact with reality. So much that we think matters doesn't friggin' matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm in another dimension now. What was all that went on? I don't know, I can't remember, mate. How are you doing? All right, I haven't seen you since you were, in Egypt. And what's it? So how are you doing now? Doesn't matter. It's just an experience.